Good evening. A live look at Nashville tonight as the mayor promises property taxes are going down. But Metro Council members aren't so sure.
Mayor Cooper went on News Channel 5 this morning with the announcement.
Let's be clear too, Mayor, about that 34% property tax increase. So that goes away.
That ends up being rehearsed.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, and also if for the taxes that you paid on your $400,000 house in Nashville, Tennessee, this is going to be less than what you paid 20 years ago or what you paid 40 years ago.
Last year, Nashville's budget was in bad shape, so Metro Council passed a 34% property tax increase. It was a controversial move, but since then, Mayor Cooper says the situation has changed. Property values will be reappraised this year, but some council members say the mayor jumped the gun.
I think that it was a little misleading to the public to kind of say that it's being rolled back. I think we could be more transparent in what's going on here. It is natural for us to be examining the tax rate as we do every year, and especially in a property reappraisal year. So I think what we're going to see is a lot of our values are going up.
Just because your property tax rate goes down, it does not mean you'll pay less in property taxes. Tonight, News Channel 5's Ben Hall investigates what this may mean for your wallet and why how much you'll pay depends on the value of your property.
That value is set every 4 years by the property assessor. Her report is coming out soon, and it's likely Nashville property values have soared.
Are you a property owner? Yes, I am. Very good.
Davidson County property assessor Vivian Wilhoit was at a community event handing out flyers about the upcoming property appraisal.
Those values are now going to be the new market values.
She says her office will start mailing the new property values to homeowners next week on April 23rd. And many people may see dramatic increases in their home's value. In the last reappraisal 4 years ago, the average Davidson County property increased 37%. Are we looking at a 37% or so increase?
All I can say is Nashville is booming because we're not finished with the reappraisal. And that's why I'm going to keep it until we can get everything done.
State law prohibits cities from making money after reappraisals. So if property values increase, the tax rate has to go down. 4 years ago, after that 37% average increase in value, Metro lowered its property tax rate. It went from $4.50 per $100 of assessed value all the way down to $3.10.
You have to lower the rate down so that the reappraisal in and of itself doesn't cause a tax increase.
Political analyst Pat Nolan believes a lot of council members were surprised the mayor would announce lowering the property tax rate before there was an official report from the property assessor.
He's taken a lot of grief about the 34% property tax increase, and maybe he saw this as a way of saying, hey, look, it's not that bad. Maybe yours will go down a little bit.
The reality is lowering the property tax rate does not mean that everyone will pay less in property taxes. 4 years ago, if your house went up in value by more than 37%, and many parts of the city did, chances are your tax bill went up even though the rate went down. And if the value of your home went up by less than 37%, it's likely you paid less in property taxes.
We're going to return to our level from a few years ago.
Wilhoit said after the mayor went on TV this morning and said last year's 34% property tax increase would be reversed, she began seeing people asking when they'd get a refund.
He may have said in such a way that it sounded like a refund, but that's not how it works whenever there is an adjustment in the certified tax rate.
She says her office has been talking with the mayor, so he has some idea of what's coming. The mayor said home values will go up, so the property rate will go down. All that said, Metro must take in the same amount of money this year as it did last year, unless the Metro Council decides to raise the property tax rate. Ben Hall, News Channel 5, investigates.
Thank you, Ben. We've been tracking the heated debate over Metro's property taxes for almost a year now. Metro passed the historic hike last June, and almost immediately groups began working to repeal the increase. After those attempts failed late last year, another referendum push was filed just last month. The Election Commission will discuss putting the issue on the ballot tomorrow. The group says the mayor's announcement does not change the repeal efforts.